Hello, today I want to show you an amazing recipe. It took me years of trial and error to come up with this recipe, but it is the definitive recipe for movie theater popcorn. Let me show you what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 stick of butter. What you do with that stick of butter is you add a tablespoon of coconut oil. You also need annatto seeds. You need salt. You need corn oil. You need popcorn. I like this brand Jumbo Pop. It seems to do really well. You're going to need a slotted spoon. This is so you can get the annatto seeds out of your oil. You're going to need a popcorn popper. This is the only way I pop popcorn at home. I do not even own a microwave because I don't like the way it makes the food texturally. So, we're going to get started by adding 2 tablespoons of corn oil into this popper. And these are very affordable, and they have the same type of mechanism as commercial poppers, which is this turning mechanism. Okay, so let me add my 2 tablespoons of corn oil to this, and I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of annatto seeds. So let me show you what that step looks like. So I have my annatto, my stick of butter, my tablespoon of coconut oil, that is a teaspoon of annatto, and I'm going to also put this on that super low flame because we don't want any browning. We just want it melted and colored. And that combination of oils and fats and butters is what gives movie theater popcorn a very distinctive flavor. Coconut oil, corn oil, and butter is the secret. And annatto is the coloring that works perfectly. Okay, so while that's going nice and low over here, I'm going back to my popcorn popper. I'm going to take my slotted spoon, it's been a minute, and I'm going to get all of those annatto seeds out. You must get the annatto seeds out of the oil because it will pop if it gets too hot, and that's going to interfere with the sound of the popcorn. So let me fish these out and put them aside. So I have removed all of the annatto out of the corn oil. It's a beautiful color. Now let me show you what's going on over here. The butter, the corn oil, and the annatto are all going nice and low and slow. And you see the color is getting super beautiful and spectacular. So we're going to continue to let that go nice and low until it's completely melted. Now our oil is ready. Our oil is ready, and you only use half a cup of popcorn. That's all you use is a half a cup. So I'm going to turn it to a medium is the halfway point, then you go to high. Medium, high. So that's about a medium-high flame. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup, a half of a cup of popcorn. And I'm going to spread it out nice and flat so that each piece of popcorn is touching the bottom of the pan and being kissed by a little bit of oil. So I've added my half cup. Now I'm going to take this side mechanism and I'm going to start doing some rotation. And you can also do some just regular old pan shaking. So that's what it looks like. Now we're going to cover it and just do some rotations. Now you just have to listen. After it stops popping rapidly, turn it off so you don't get any burning. It's just getting started really, really good now. Don't take the lid off right now. I want to show you what's happening, but it's way too dangerous. So that's our popcorn. You can see it has some faint yellow speckles, some white speckles. Now we're going to add the oil. Not the oil, but the butter and coconut oil and annatto blend to it, and that's going to make it even prettier. Alright, so that's pretty much melted. Let me turn off the flame. Alright, so I had to grab a regular spoon. Let me get the oil over here to the popcorn and just drizzle it all over. Then you want to stir it. A little more of this medley. And you don't have to fish the annatto seeds out of this because if you're eating popcorn, you can see the seed. And you're going to drizzle on some more. Look at the color that gives. Stir it up. My God. Hee hee hee. That is how you do movie theater butter. At this stage, you salt it to your taste. Movie theater popcorn. Let me let you see all the different color variations in here. Yellows and whites are everywhere. Let me let you see another batch. Yellows and whites are everywhere. So I'm going to make several batches using this same formula. And then I'm going to salt it all at the end. And then I'm going to show you what it tastes like. I cannot wait. Do you see the yellow and white? My goodness. This is so good. And the coconut oil and the butter together give that distinctive flavor. So I have my 2 tablespoons of corn oil hanging out with a teaspoon of annatto seed. I'm just going to swish it around. I'm going to let it go for a minute. plenty of this medley for future batches of popcorn. And if anything is left over, you just store it in your fridge. You can put it on toast or more popcorn or saute some veggies in it. It's delicious. Alright, so that's been about a minute. Let me grab my slotted spoon and fish out all of those annatto seeds. But you see the oil is super pretty. And the more batches you do back to back, the more color variation you're going to have with your popcorn. Okay, 2 tablespoons of corn oil, 1 teaspoon of annatto. Let me fish it out and show you the next. Okay, so I got just about all the annatto seed out. Now you add half a cup of popcorn, and you actually have to measure this. This is one of the recipes you actually have to measure to come out perfectly. After you add your, before you add your popcorn, you got to turn up the flame. It's on low right now. You turn it to medium and then a medium high. So after it sets like that for a minute, get it nice and warm, you're going to add a half a cup of popcorn. So let me show you that next. So it's been about a minute. I'm going to add a half a cup of popcorn. And I'm just going to shake it to spread it out. Then I'm going to do a little bit of turning to level it. Close the top. Do some more turning. And wait it out. When it stops rapidly popping, it's done. It takes under a minute once it starts. Just started. It's starting to slow down. Turn off your flame, let it sit for a minute. Just letting it sit to make sure you don't have any kernels that are still waiting to be popped. Haha, like that one. Should be good. Let's have a peek. Oh my God. You see all the yellow and white variation? Oh my God, it's so pretty. Now I'm just going to take it and dump it into our first batch. And then we're going to fish out the burnt pieces. All right. Looking good. So I got to take out a couple of the burnt pieces because you don't want to eat those. It's not many, but there's always some in homemade popcorn. Ooh, hot. Do you see the color variation right now, guys? Oh my God. Telling you, this is the definitive recipe. A few more burnt pieces. And now we go to our butter and coconut oil blend. Just like that. You drizzle it over everything. A little more butter. Oh my God, it's so good. Then you stir it all up. So I have 2 batches of popcorn in here. A couple more burnt pieces. And they are looking beautiful and smelling beautiful. Now I'm going to drizzle with salt while the butter is still warm. Oh my God, look at that. Do you see the color variation? Look at that. Yellows and whites. Trust me, I've tried for years. And I finally cracked the code. You really need to try this recipe. Let me salt it down and let you know what it tastes like. I got my plain old iodized salt. I want to add a little bit more butter. This is movie theater popcorn, guys. Look at that. Oh my God. Alright, stir it up. Now you just add a pinch of salt. Coconut oil, corn oil, and butter already have pretty good flavor. Light sprinkle of salt. That's it. Stir it up again. Now you gotta test it one more time before you serve it to your guests. You want to taste test for salt. It's good, but I want a little more butter and a little more salt. The butter and salt is to your taste buds. But the other ratios are non-negotiables. Alright, stir it up. Oh my God. I'm just doing a little zoom in, zoom out so you can see the yellow and white variation. Oh, it's so pretty and so tasty. And it's very healthy. Here's what it looks like on a white plate. The color pop is even more significant on a white plate. Plate, bowl. Mmm, yummy, 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 yummy. I've done all the research and trial and error. This is how you do movie theater popcorn at home. Oh my God. Mmm. Mmm. My God. Mmm. Those flavors, those different fats, those natural ingredients. Oh my God. Thank you for watching. Please try this.